Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders. This is Abdurrahman from FXALTareeq.com, and on my screen is the Aussie New Zealand daily chart. I'm going to go through some of the potential Acapulco trades that are set up, and as to whether or not, as to if I would trade them or I would not trade them. As you can see here, we have the cliff, and this is the diver candle. And as I evaluate this particular trade, and you look for a potential setup, you're looking at a pip risk probably about 107 to 119 pips more or less at risk, and then the entry point if it comes down to this first support and resistance, you'll be looking at a 69, 70 pip target on the first one, which will be at the 1.0439 level. Now, when I look over to the left side and I see all of this in congestion here, and I see this being a strong support, you can see here a very strong and support and resistance, I wouldn't take this particular trade, just the way to see what's going on. The risk reward for it is not a good risk reward. Yeah, true enough, you make it 69 pips, but the likelihood of this blowing past this support and resistance at the 1.0439 level is not a good looking trade setup. So for this one, I would pass on it. If these two candles do hold up from an Acapulco perspective. Here's another trade setup off of the Aussie dollar, and as you can see, the setup here for the cliff and diver. Now this diver candle hasn't formed yet, but if it does form and hold up here, would you enter into this trade when you're looking at a potential 130 pip risk, and you need to go way up here to get a 1-for-1, seeing that the highest has been as set as 57 pips? Another trade that I would pass on, seeing what's going on over here to the left historically. I would pass on this particular trade as well. But as we evaluate it from a different 136 pips, 286, 136 over on this side here. As I looked over here, I would more or less again pass up on this particular trade, because there just simply isn't any historic room for entering into this trade, and you're looking back as far as May on this particular trade as well. So from my evaluation, I would pass on this trade. Guys, another nice setup here on the Aussie Japan, and as you can see, there was a lot of congestion that was going on over here, and then it dipped down, it broke out from the box, and then returned back up into the box, and then later back outside the box. And then you have the similar setup that's going over here on this side as well. A breakout from the box, set up with an Acapulco trade. The Acapulco trade thus far looks good. We'll see what happens with this daily candle. The only thing that I don't like about this particular trade, and as you can see off of this candle here, this must have been some news that had happened, and 200 some odd pips. This must have been some news that had happened. It broke down, and then it swung back up into the box, and some more news breaking back down, touching lows here. So whether or not to enter into this trade would be questionable. Again, this daily candle is still in play. This diver candle is still in play, so we don't know how it's going to play up. But as you're evaluating, setting up for potential trades, this may be a good Acapulco trade setup. You have a nice break from the 78.45 level, and then you have the diver candle that's printing there. So a good way of evaluating and looking at this particular Acapulco trade off of the Aussie yen. And the last trade I'm going to show you is off of the yen itself, the US yen daily chart. Here you have a massive candle that took place. This was on a Friday candle as well. The news of the stimulus from the Japanese, and then you have here sitting on support at the 102 level exactly. You have a Acapulco trade that is setting up. I would not take this trade because of this massive cliff candle. And then you have this support and resistance here. Why I wouldn't take it? Because of the risk reward. As you can see, the risk reward, you're looking at a 376 pip. If you were to enter into the trade, nowhere to go. No historical news to show you. No historical trades to show you where this is at 137, 140 pips. You need to go 300 pips. Not going to happen for quite some time. And you historically just don't have anything there to run on. So evaluating this particular trade, not a good setup from an Acapulco perspective because of the risk reward is just not there for you. So a pass on this trade because of these two candles are not set up properly. So with that said, you guys have a magnificent day on purpose. I hope this was informative for you, and you can always learn about the trade at this link. Alright, here guys, here's the link for the Acapulco course, and you can learn how to trade it just by going to that particular link and getting information there. With that said, you guys have a magnificent day on purpose. Talk with you soon.